All right. Secondly, this course is not designed like the traditional way of learning to read Arabic, like following the Nurani book or the Qaida, Al-Qaida al-Baghdadiyya, which was written decades ago. All right? This is a different approach, and inshallah, it is one of the fastest way of reading Arabic, inshallah. All right? So the first thing that you would need to know about the language is that Arabic is written and read from right to left. All right? We start from the right to left. We don't read backwards, as some people say. No, we read from right to left. Okay? That's the first thing that you need to know. And secondly, you need to know that the alphabet comprises of 28 or 29 letters. And we would look at the alphabet a little bit closer throughout the course, inshallah ta'ala. There are only 3 vowels, and the vowels, you will learn the vowels tonight. And you will be reading some words tonight, some short words. And you can find these words in the Quran. All right? So let us begin, and let us look at the next page of your handout. All right? I have also mentioned that all of the letters, they could be joined from both sides, except 6 letters. All of that, inshallah, will come throughout the course. So you're looking at the next page of your handout, and I have started with these 4 letters of the alphabet. And I started with these 4 letters for a particular reason, which is a very important reason, to make it easy for the students to remember these letters. And that is because these letters, they have the same sequence in the English language and also in the Arabic language. K-L-M-N. All right? So if we look at K, L, M, and N, okay? This sequence, K, L, M, N, this is English, we're reading English, so we're going from left to right. But from Arabic, we'll be reading from right to left. So let's look at the first letter, K. Okay? What you would notice is this part of the K is the Arabic. Right? The sound of K, K. The sound of this letter is K. Same K, K, K. So it's easy to remember. This shape, all you just took this part of the K. All right? The name of this letter is Kaf. All right? Kaf. And I think I have the name written there also for you. Kaf. Okay? L is the same, but it is flipped on the other side. And this is called lam. Lam. The sound of L is L, and the sound of lam, L, same thing. Okay? So we have kaf, and we have lam. K, L, K, L. Okay? M has no similarity in shape with the English and the Arabic. Okay? So this is how it is written. Okay? You start like this. Look, I'm going to write it again. Like this. And you make that circle and you come back like this. You have to follow that kind of movement. If you don't follow the same movement, you will get it wrong. Okay? It can be written like this, or it could be written like this, the other way. Okay, like this. So this is M, and the sound is M, with your lips coming together. And this is Meme, and the lips coming together. M. Okay? And now we have N. No similarity in the traditional way of the next letter, which is Noon. All right? But if this could be a representation of the earth, and that is the sun right above, that's Noon. Right? That's Noon. But in shorthand Arabic, this is Noon, and that is N. Right? This is the next level of writing Arabic. Arabs don't normally write like this, right? But you have to start creeping first before you could walk and run. All right? So we'll be using this one for now, not this one. Okay? I don't like the tricks, so I want to write it down. All right? Okay, so we're going to start with one of the letters. Right? So, do you understand why I started with these four letters now? The sequence is the same, K, L, M, N. K, L, M, N. And it is a K, L, M, N. Same. So, the sound is the same, the sequence is the same, and the shape, partially, some of them same. Alright? It is for that reason. So it makes it easy for you to remember them. Alright? So we're going to start with this one first. And why you want to start with this and leaving out this one is because this one could help us to get some words from the Quran. Alright? Quicker than these. All of them you will get. So we have a meme. I'm going to write it 4 times. And if I put M here, that's the representation of what it is. Okay? And I'm going to use a different color now. And this is the vowel. Alright? This here is a vowel. So it's a slash. Right? Above the letter in a slanting way, slanting to the right side. So this is a representation of A. And this below, the same thing, but below the letter, is a representation of E or I. Right? And this here above the letter again is U or O. This one has nothing, so just So this is meme and this is called fatah. So this is ma, mi, mu. I do not want to burden you with the names of these vowels. I want you to focus on the letters and the sound that is produced with the vowels. This is ma, mi, mu. Ma, mi, mu. This is A, this is E, and this is. So in the English language we have A, E, I, O, U. 5 vowels in English, only 3 in Arabic. Okay? So now, if I were to write the meme a few times, and I shuffle the vowels, so if I were to write the meme, and I attach it to another meme, and another meme, notice how I'm attaching, I'm going up first, and then coming down. Alright? Not like this. If you go like this, and you come like that, that is wrong. Okay? See, this is wrong. It has to go up, and then you make a circle. Okay? So, I could put the vowels, but I could shuffle them, if you understand. So that is ma, this is me, this could be me again, ma. So ma, mi, ma, mo, If you understand this, you will know how to read the letter with the vowel. Okay? Now the same thing we can do with the kaf and the lam and the noon. Alright? So if we take the noon and I write it 4 times. So that will be N. N. Okay? And then I put a vowel. Alright, so I'm using the same, it's for ease. This will be A. This will be E. And this is Dhamma, this will be Nu. Right? So it's Na, Ni, Nu. Is that difficult? It's very simple. So the same thing goes for the kaf. Ka, ki, ku, k, nothing, k. Alright? So now we could join now 2 letters. So let's say we want to join a meme with a noon. Okay? So let me just erase some of this. That's the meme. That's noon. What is this one? Can you say, shout out the answer? Me. And if this has nothing, alright, I put this circle there. Right? It's an indication that this letter has no vowel. It doesn't have the fatha, it doesn't have the kasra, it doesn't have the dhamma. It doesn't have any one of the 3. So, no vowel. So what this letter is actually saying to you is you know, marry me, look, I have a ring offering to you. Join with me. Alright? You could join me. So that means you have to pronounce this letter simultaneously with this other one. So we have me, and this one, just take the sound of the letter noon. Mm. So me joined to gives you min, min. Okay? So min actually means from. So even though I told you we are not here to learn Arabic language, but it's good to know, you know, you're learning a word that also has a meaning. And this word is mentioned many times in the Quran. Like, for example, Surah Al-Nas, min al-jinnati wal-nas, yeah, min, right? Min sharri, Surah Al-Falaq, right? They have min sharri, right? They have min. وَآمَنَهُمْ min khawf, right? Surah Al-Quraysh, and so on. They have min, okay? Sometimes this sign here, it's either shaped like this, or sometimes it could shape like this. Okay? It's like a hook. Same thing, if you end up doing the same thing, marry me, hook me, hook onto me. So in other words, the noon is in need of help. She can't move. She needs to go with someone else. The only one who could help her is the letter before that has a vowel. You have to remember these things. Only the letter that comes before with a vowel can help. That's the same way how we have consonants and the vowels operate to form a syllable. So you have a consonant and a vowel, and you form a part of a word, and then you could move. Alright? So in the same way, so you have mim kasra is me, the noon has nothing, so you say mi, n, min. This is, let's change the vowel from kasra to a fatha. What is this one? Hmm? Man. Man means who? Alright? So it's man who. Alright? So you have that. Let's put the noon in front now. So when the noon comes at the end of a word, it's written like this. So you also have, when you're learning the letter, it's good that you could also learn the shape at the same time. It could have different shapes, right? But not too much of a difference. So if you have a line here, and you're writing the noon, normally the noon in the independent form is like this, or the isolated form. Part of it goes below the line. All right, but when it is in the beginning or the middle of a word, it stays on top of the line. And the shape, goes and remains on top of the line. So that dip, you take it away. And you just put a dot to the furthest, to the right, to the tip of it. So this is noon, okay? So that's noon. This is noon and this is noon. It's the same letter, it has one dot on top, okay? And let's put the meme. All right, we could write the meme like this, or we could write the meme like this. All right? The meme has nothing. Did you sum this up? What is this? Nam. Nam. Nam is sleep. Sleep, sleep. All right? Nam. All right? Nam. If I want, I could add a next letter now. Let's put up another noon here. Sum this part for me. What is this? Huh? Nim. Nim. Nimna. Right. Nimna. That's a word. It means very feminine select. But you don't have to know the meaning. We're practicing reading. It is only about reading. Okay? So you see, you could see some words here joining together. All right? And now we could use the other letters and make other words. So you have to practice, all right, to understand the rule properly. Okay? So let's take another letter. Let's take the letter Kaf. Okay? So what is confusing sometimes for many students is the different shapes of the letters. All right? So now you're going to see it is not as difficult as you thought it was. This is the meme here. Okay? So we have to attach this calf to the meme. Okay? So there is a line to attach it. This is called the attachment line or the connection line. It's connecting one letter to the other. And to highlight that, I'm going to put it in red. All right? Just to attach. So when you look at certain books that teaching you how the different shapes of the letters, sometimes you will see, the letter Kaf like this, then it goes like this, and it goes like this, and it goes like this, and so on. All right? So it's confusing for a student to remember all of these shapes. Okay? It's very difficult for you to retain all of the different shapes of the letters. But really and truly, it's not. What is confusing is the attachment line, the connecting line that confuses the student. All right? So inshallah, for the next class, you will be getting a handout showing you and highlighting with red, right, the connecting line. So you will see basically the letter is not as difficult as it seemed to be. All right? So we have, coming back to the letter Kaf. All right, this is my attachment line coming here, and that's me. Could you sing this for me? Kaf. And if the meme has nothing, what is it? Come. 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 All right? Come means like how much? All right, come. You're going to shop in Saudi, I say come. How much? All right? Come umrah. How old are you? Right? So come. Look, the next letter. What's that? La, la, and lam. Lam. Lam is a negative particle. It negates the imperfect tense. Look at this. What's that? What is this one? La, and this is n. What did you get? Lan. Lan. This is also a negative particle. It indicates the future. Like lan tanalul birra hatta tunfiqu mimma wa lam yulad, lam yalid wa lam yulad. So it's there in the Quran. So you could, words with two letters, you could read them. All right? You have any problems so far? Okay. Let's take another one with cat. Look at your handout, you will see it. And this is the attachment line here. Right, this is the last line. The last line. That is ku. Alright, and the lam has nothing, will become what? Kul. Kul. Ku, and the lam has nothing. Ul. So it is kul. Kul means eat. Kul. If you're telling somebody eat, it's the imperative form of akala, which means to eat. Right? So kul means eat. So forget about the meaning, right? But if you could remember, that's good. But that's the letter kaf there, and that's the letter lam, and this is the attachment line here. Right? So it becomes kul. Ku. You look at the vowel. Look at the vowel. K, and then this is you. So it's ku, and the lam has nothing. So just take the sound of it, and the letter is saying to join. Join with me. All right. So the letter is asking for help. All right. She is sakina, sukoon. This is called sukoon. Sukoon means when you're stagnant, you can't move. You're stationary. You're not moving. And these vowels, like the fatha, these are called harakat. Harakat means movements. So these letters could move because they have a vowel to go, to help them to move to the next letter when you're reading. All right? But if the letter doesn't have a vowel, all right, she needs help. And the only letter that could help is the letter that comes before, not after, before. But that letter in itself must have a vowel. Only then that letter could help. Sometimes you would see that a letter, later on in the course, inshallah, you will see that the letter has a sukoon, seeking help. But the letter before can't help. She has to go further for help. All right? She might have to go 2 or 3 letters before she can get help. So only a letter that has a vowel could help. You understand that? All right, so we're moving good. We're going to the next page now. I've noticed we didn't move from those 4 letters. Today, you're going to learn 7 letters. This is only 4 of them. All right? So we're going to take away English now. Sorry. We don't need that anymore. All right? And neither are we going to do transliteration. We're not going to spell like Bismillah, B-I-S-M-I. No, we're going to do that. We're here to learn Arabic, all right? We're not here to do transliteration, so don't look out for any kind of transliteration, all right? So the next word you're seeing on the next page is the letter lam, and it has a kesra which sounds like li. And then this is which word again? Miman. So the whole thing is what? Li. Liman. So pronounce it together. Liman. Liman. Alright? Liman. Allah says Liman al-mulk al-yawm. So for whom is all is mentally the judgment of Allah. Liman al-mulk al-yawm. So Liman. For whom? Liman. Okay. Look at this one. That is what? La. La. What letter is this one? Ka. Gamma. La ku. La and then ku. And if we put a meme here. Lakum. You all know that word? You know that word? Let me hear from which surah? Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Lakum. So you know what lakum means? For you. For you. Lakum dinukum. For you, your religion. Waliyadin. And for me, this or my way of life. Alright, so lakum. So we've seen all of these four letters, we can get words with them. And you could read words already. Now, look at this word. What is this? Ma. La. And this is K. So the calf, you're going to learn this now. The calf, when it comes at the end of a word, this is a word. When it comes at the end of the word, it's not written like this. Okay? This part comes out, and this part straightens up. So it goes like this. Alright? And it goes like this. Just like the lamb, but it has an S in it, floating. Okay? So it's malak, malak, malak. Alright? Malak means an angel. Okay? What about this? Huh? Malik. Malik means a king. Alright? Okay, so see, you could read a word with 3 letters. Alright? Alright, so let's move on because of the time. How much time do we have again? We started late. We want to go to the first letter of the alphabet. Alright? So if this is your line, like this, it's called Alif. It's called what? Alif. Alif. Alif is the first letter of the alphabet. And this Alif is a unique letter for many reasons. Okay? First thing that you need to know about Alif is that Alif has no sound of her own. It's the only letter that doesn't have a sound. Alright? The Alif, the first letter of the alphabet, has no sound of her own. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to write the Alif Fatha, Kasra, the same 3 vowels. So we call the name of the letter, which is Alif, and then we say the vowel, A, right? So Alif Fatha gives me only A. This only gives me E. This only gives me U. So it's A, E, U. So the Alif has nothing. no sound of our own. Okay? You all understand that? Good. But Alif has many functions to perform in the Arabic language. The Alif has many functions to perform in the Arabic language. Okay? So we have looked at the first letter. And why did I choose the first letter? Is because, again, I want you all to remember all of the letters that we are doing tonight. So we already did 4 of them, and we remember them from the English alphabet. Same sequence, all right? So we're taking the first letter of the alphabet, and then we took the last letter of the alphabet. It's written like this, like an S. It has a big belly, like that. This part is big, and it has 2 dots. It's called Ya. Ya. What is it called? Ya. Right. So this has a sound. It's Y, represented like a Y, how Y sounds in English. Y. Y. So if I were to put a fatha on this, what sound would I get? Ya. If I put a kasra, and if I put a dhamma, U. All right? So we have the first letter and the last letter. Now the Ya, very quickly, you must recognize, Ya is the only letter in the alphabet, just like how I said Alif is the only letter that has what? No sound. Ya is unique, also the only letter in the alphabet that has 2 dots below. All right? So that means I can conclude with that statement that whenever I see 2 dots below, all right, whatever shape it is, it will be a Ya. So if I see something looking like this, that is Ya. If I see something looking like this, it is Ya. If I see something looking like that, but the 2 dots below, it is Ya. All right? If I see something looking like this, it is Ya. Why? Because I am seeing 2 dots below. So I conclude, regardless of the shape of what we see, as long as you see 2 dots below, it is Ya. So you have the first letter of the alphabet and the last letter of the alphabet. All right? Remember its shape. All right? Like an S, but this part is a little bit bigger. All right? 2 dots. And sometimes it is written like this. Sometimes it is written like this. Sometimes it is written like this. All of these. You can find them in these different ways written in the Quran. Okay? So now, if we put the vowels to them, we already know this one has no sound of our own. It's only the vowel we sounded off. But this one, it's going with the letter which is Y, and then the vowel. So Ya, Yi, You. All right? Good. Now, I'm going to write something here. An Arabic word, or 2 Arabic words. All right? And see if you could identify letters for me. Tell me what is the first letter and the second letter. You don't know, maybe you don't know this one, right? Because you have to assume that you don't know anything in Arabic language. What is this one? Lam, lam, just like this, lam. What is this one? Alif. What is this one? Maybe you don't know this one. We have to assume. What is this one? What is this one with 2 dots? What is this one? What is this one? You know what is this? Assalamu alaikum. Alright? So you have identified the majority of letters in the greeting of the Muslims. Alright, we want to look now at the we want to look at vowels again, but in a little bit more detail. So look at your next page and your handout very quickly, because we have to move a little bit faster now because of the time. And this will be the last part of today's session. Okay? So we could look at the vowels and look at vowels. Two aspects. There are two aspects of the vowel. Right? So we have the vowel, and you have two. We have short vowel, and we have long vowel. So the short vowel basically is that if you see a letter with one of those three vowels that we have identified already, it's called short vowel, which means you just go short. Okay? Short on the word. So if we say, if we have the letter meme, and we put a fatha, this is what? This is ma. Okay? But if we want ma, right? We're going to add a letter here. So in your handout, you will see that short vowels, they are signs. Right? They are signs. And the signs are the three signs that you have just looked at, the fatha, the kasra, and the dhamma, which are, let me write them here. So, fatha, kasra, dhamma. Those are the three signs. For the long vowels, they are not signs, but they are letters. And what are the letters? Three letters. The alif and ya. And there is one more letter here, which we didn't talk about as yet. But so far it's going great, right? Isn't it easy? What would you say when something is easy? Say, wow. It's so easy. Put the wow here. That's wow. Alright? Wow. That's the next letter. Alright? It's coming just before the ya in the sequence of the letters of the alphabet. Wow. So these are the three long vowels, which will be attached to the letter instead of these vowels. All right? So we have mim, fatha gives me ma, and I want to get ma extended. I take the same mim first, and then I put my extension, which is the alif. So anytime you see an alif coming after a letter, it is, so this is what, ma, alright? Ma, alright? So you have it in Surah Al-Lahab. Ma aghna anhu maluhu wa kasab. You have maluhu, right? Maluhu. So it's ma, alright? If we have the meme or the kasra, that's short, me. But if I want to get me, I take this same thing and I add the ya to it. Right? It becomes me, and then I add the ya to make it longer. So this is me, and this is just me. So when you're reading Arabic, especially when reading the Quran, you have to pay special attention to your elongation and shortening. If you mix up the two, you will end up with a different word. Alright? You will end up with a different word, hereby changing the meaning of what is written in front of you. Okay? And you don't want to change Allah's words. Alright? So this one here, short. What is this one again? Mu. But if you want a cow, mu. And then we add the wow. Right? So this will be mu. Right? So you have to know the difference between the two. This is mu, short, mu, and this is mu. So anytime you see an alif coming after a letter, all right, so far, for now, you could assume it to be lengthening that letter. So you go, ah. Alif does not go with a kasra, okay? And alif does not go with the ya, all right? In other words, when you have a letter here, all right, the letter that comes after, as long as it is an alif, then you'll have to assume that there is a fatha here. So now you can conclude by saying that if alif only goes with a fatha, only goes with this one, then there is no need to write it because there is no other possibility. So that is actually training you to read Arabic without vowels. All right? Gradually you're learning to read without vowels. All right? Isma. All right. So now read these words that are written there on in your handout. You have Mim Alif and Mim Alif. What do we have here? Mama. Mama, like mommy. The Arabs say mama. Okay? Mama. Okay? Okay, look at the next word. We have the letter. What letter is this one again? Ka. And we want to add an alif here. So we have to attach the alif to the kaf. So putting this one here, okay? So this gives me what sound? Ka. And this is na. So the whole word is can. That's verb to be. Means he was. Can. Alright? Can. What about this one? Noon. Fatha is what? Short. Na. But if we were to add an alif, it becomes? What if we say this? What is that? Na na. Na 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 na. Alright? Ma ma na na. Okay? And so on. Alright, so all finished? No? Okay, alright. So we have some other words in your handout. You have to practice them. Alright? You'll have to practice the words that you have in your handout. See if you could. You notice I have the lamb. When you have the lamb and you have to add an alif to it, it doesn't go to the end like how we did it to the end of the words, right? Of the letters, sorry. Alright? So this lamb plus alif gives you this shape. The alif goes away from the tip. Alright? It goes inside here. So this is la. This is just la. And this one is la. So it is not written like this. Don't join it like this. This one is wrong. Okay, this one is correct. See? Okay, let's see if we could read this one. So we could read this long word here. We have fatha here. What do we have? Ma, la. This is what? Ka, ni. So the whole word is what? Ma, la, ka, ni. Malakani. Malakani. Alright? It means two angels. Malakani. Alright? See what's happening here. That's the reason why the board was changed, right? We had the same problem with the lips board below. Now we are thinking that maybe because of the surface, but it's the same thing. Will you try the other pen? Okay, so we have the letter. What letter is that? Noon. Na. And now, na. Na. Ma. Short, right? Nama. Nama means he slept. Right? Nama. Alright. What about this? Now you already know this, so go fast. Huh? Nala. Nala means he took. What about this? Mala. Right? And without this, if I didn't have anything here, what would you say? Mal. Right? Mala with a fatha means to incline to. Mal means wealth. And mal, wealth, is called mal, wealth, mal, because of man's inclination to accumulate. That is why it is called mal. Right? And the country Mali has a beautiful history also. Why it is called Mali, my wealth. Because one of the past leaders, a very rich Muslim man, when he used to go for Hajj, he used to take a lot of wealth and gold and silver and he used to distribute it to the people. Mali, he was the leader of Mali. Mali, that's the country Mali. Alright? Alright, so you have tell me what is that? Ya or ya? Ya. What about this now? Ya. Different from iyaka. Now, but this is just ya. Ah, and then yeah, ayah. Okay. So with your handout, you need to practice as much as you can. All right. So I want you now, before we close off, I want you to call up. Oh, this one is good. Nothing remains. This is the right pen. Using the wrong pen or the pen. These are the letters that you have learned today. Call them out for me quickly. Again. Right? What is this? Ma. What about this? I mean, if they get my name. One more letter. All right, we're coming. Just very soon, inshallah, you'll be able to spell your own name in Arabic. All right? Yeah. All right, so questions. Do you have any questions for me? Yes? If it doesn't have the ring, like this, or this, right? You still just take the sound of the letter, right? Sound. And sometimes, if you have, let's say for example, you have the meme, Kesra, and then we have a Ya here, but the Ya has nothing. It doesn't have this ring here or that. You have to assume that this is lengthening the kasra sound. So in other words, instead of saying me, you go long. Me. Right? Me. You go long. So in the absence of the vowel above the letter, and there will be three letters basically, the alif, ya, and waw. These three letters here, they are the same long vowels. Okay? So if you happen to see these, any one of these three letters in a word, all right, and the letter before has a vowel, like for example, if the letter before the alif has a fatha, that's okay, right? So you know this alif is length. If it doesn't have a fatha, you still will understand it has a fatha. It's an invisible fatha. You go ah. For the ya and waw, it's not this. We can't say the same thing for the ya and the waw that we said for the alif. All right? Because sometimes we could have a fatha before a ya. All right? Sometimes we could have a fatha before a waw. All right? So then you will have a sukoon. But as long as there is a kesra before the ya, then it is the ya is a long vowel. All right? And as long as you have a dhamma before the waw, then the waw is also a long vowel. It's like the oo sound. You go ooh. Okay? So waw lengthens the oo sound, and the ya lengthens the e sound. So the e and this ooh. Okay? So I think we have come to the end of today's class. If you have any more questions? Have any more questions? All right, so I have done my part so far. I expect you all to be doing your part too. All right? If you do your part, then you will actually see the results. And yes, it could be achieved, and we can read Arabic in 4 1-hour sessions, inshallah. So I want to, that's why we have a handout for you to take home and also to do the revision, inshallah. All right? So please do that. And when you come in tomorrow, inshallah, remember the parking. Park outside if you can, it's better. You have a big car park. And be safe. All right? Okay then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We'll perform Salatul Isha now.